the truth profoundly. These are Germans here. For me to the message clear. Go Paul, Das and Paul. They say Duane the writer leads the way. Time to madness, it's blight. Gotta wake up, see the light.
I don't care what people say. It's fine with me because everything shows up. Okay, so again, a person can say something. You know, again, let's look at your experience. I'm going to go back to that because this can help you.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Rebazar and the other guy are in your room, your AC. Okay, so you're wondering, well, what the heck does that mean? Where's it going? But now all of a sudden we have our little meeting here, and voila, it shows up why it's taking place. Okay? So I don't concern myself with funny stuff or the funny things people say. I look at what people say, and if it makes sense, you know, I'm there. If it doesn't, then I say funny things too. Because again, you want to be funny? I can be funny too. But just like I said, it shows up. Now you know why they took it. See, your AC's off. We can hear clearer. You see why they took it? It's quite obvious. That I see it.
I do see it. Yeah.
If you got
I can feel it too.
If you got a better answer, go for it. Go for it. You got a better answer? Go for it. I'm not saying I'm right. It's not about that.
Oh, so you are sometimes wrong.
I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying this is what I see. There's a difference. This is what I see. And it's like a bird on a line. When he sees people walking around and do something, the little birdie's sitting up there, and he's up there looking down. Imagine that. And he's probably thinking, boy, they're stupid. See, because again, he sees it. You don't have to, you know, it's not about him being right. He sees they're stupid. Driving cars, going from here to there, polluting the air. It's obvious. It's not about him being right. He sees it, right? Yeah, it's about seeing, Eric.
Well, it's not about being right.
No, it's not about being right. It's about seeing and recognizing what's going on, because all life is awareness. It's not about
all life is awareness.
You have been taught right and wrong, good and bad. This stuff only gets you in trouble eventually. It all shows up. You're going to be in trouble. It's like you have a conversation with somebody or a friend saying, oh, you're right, bro, you're right. But then on this other thing here, you're wrong. I don't like that at all. See, and then your friend is going to go blah, blah, blah. See, right and wrong get you in trouble. Yeah, just like marriages and drama.
You got to stay in the morally gray area.
It's not a gray area. Awareness is not a gray area. The gray area is good and bad, right and wrong. That's the gray and dark area. It's gray at first, and it gets darker because, again, it creates drama.
I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
But we'll roll with it.
Obvious. You see it all the time, every day. You see it in the movies. You see it with your friends, etc. Eventually, things get funny. And watch the words that are said. And who wants to be right? Everybody wants to be right. Fine. I'm fine with everybody being right because I'm not concerned. I focus on the isness, like the sun shining. It's not about right or wrong. It's about being awesome.
Awareness.
It's awareness. It's about being awesome. Yeah. So
you're
I'm not
awesome, dude. I'm also awesome.
That's personal drama. Okay. So again, yeah. So again, there's your experience, Eric. Very simple.
Hey, so now that that's done, you told me a couple weeks ago when we were on call, that you had finished your joke next week, and we didn't talk next week.
Well, that's right.
After that,
I remember it now.
Go for it.
Yes. Now, please don't interrupt. Okay.
I won't interrupt.
Okay. So. There's this nice looking blonde gal sitting in first class on an airplane. Okay, the airplane's flying, they're on an airplane. I remembered it about a day later. All of a sudden, oh, I remember this thing because I had told it many times. But anyhow, she's a nice looking blonde gal. She's sitting first class, and the airplane, of course, is in flight. And it's really a dumb blonde joke. It pertained to something we were talking about. But anyhow, I'll tell you, it's a cute joke. So the stewardess comes up to her and says, "Miss, can I see your ticket?" And the lady says, "Well, I'm going to Hollywood. I'm going to be a movie star." And the stewardess says, well, that's nice, miss. Can I see your ticket? And she kept saying the same thing. "I'm going to Hollywood. I'm going to be a movie star." And so the stewardess gets a little perturbed, and so she goes and talks to the captain. So the captain comes out, goes over there and talks to her, and then the stewardess is standing back, and where they stand and get their coffee and stuff. She's kind of watching from a distance. And then the captain comes back, and while he's coming back, he sees the woman get up from her seat and walk back into coach, because you have first class and then you have coach. She walks back into coach. And the stewardess says to the captain, "How did you do that? How did you get her to get up and walk back into coach?" He said, "Simple. I just told her that first class doesn't go to Hollywood."
I don't get it.
It's a dumb blonde joke.
What does first class mean? I mean, I know what it means in like a plain sense, but like, what does it mean in the context of the joke?
You ever been on an airplane?
Yeah.
There's first class, which costs twice as much, the head of the plane, and then the back is coach, where all the people are with the little tiny seats and all that stuff like that. First class has big seats. You get lunch, dinner, movies, whatever. So you got to pay more for that first class, sitting in that section, the upper section. So this lady was sitting in the upper section, and she didn't really belong there because her name wasn't on the bill. And so this lady, the stewardess, was trying to get rid of her politely, but she couldn't. And so the captain went over there and said, and the lady said the same thing to the captain, "Oh, I'm going to Hollywood. I'm going to be a movie star." Well, the captain told her, "Well, first class doesn't go to Hollywood, miss. You'll have to go back to coach."
Oh, so it's like this, he tricked her into going back.
On Joe thinking that he never mind. Okay.
I'm sure it was funny if I understood it.
You remind me of this cartoon character Gumby, who was a piece of clay and had no sense of humor. Look him up, Gumby. Yeah, you'll see him on YouTube. Look up Gumby, Gumby. Gumby
You want me to do
and
that right now?
the Blockheads. No, do it right before you go to bed.
Oh, okay. When I sing the new, I can sing the new you while I watch Gumby.
Well, you will get it, Eric. You'll get it. It's just going to take time, Eric. Just think of it like you've broken both your legs and arms, and you're in a cast. And that, it's just going to take time for you to be okay, Eric. And I remember I told you 50 years.
Wait, okay?
I'm not kidding.
BK, I need to go to Burger King.
No, it has nothing to do with Burger King, but you can go there. That means nothing.
Okay.
No, see, in the physical sense, on the real side, these things are hints. But here, they mean nothing unless you can see it. It's not about eating at Burger King or being there, okay? Actually, wouldn't go to any of those places, especially McDonald's. I would stay away from fast food places altogether.
Wait, so BK is not okay?
The idea was be okay, and see that it's for you. It's like a stop sign. Okay, if you're driving and you see a sign that says stop, okay, but if the stop sign isn't there, you're not going to know to stop. So you need the sign. So in your experience, BK is a sign. not a place to eat. It's a sign saying be okay.
Yeah, but it
Sorry,
said Burger King.
sorry, we left out the O, but it's called BK. You see?
But the sign said Burger King.
I'll see. You're being overly literal, Eric. And see, that's what you have to, that's your challenge.
I'm pretty good at challenges. No, I'm kind of a challenge runner sometimes myself.
All right. I would suggest you hang around kids that are about 5 and 6 years old and pick up something from them because they're not literal.
I don't know any. I don't know any kids that are 5 or 6.
And watch some TV programs with 5 or 6 year old kids in there, and maybe you'll learn something because they're not literal. You see, you're very literal.
Do you have any like recommendations?
No, because I don't need it.
Oh. I hear about the skibbity toilet that the kids are watching these days. Do you think that would be a good one?
I'm sure it's nuts. I'm not talking about the shows. I'm talking about the kids themselves. Watch children while they're young. They're going to show you something.
Should I like go to a school?
Yeah, it would be a good idea. Go to a school, watch the kids in the play yard. Just simply
That
sit
sounds
there.
like a great idea. I'll stand there and I'll watch the kids for a little bit.
Watch the kids and take note of how they are. Yeah.
You're a genius, Duane. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it is. Children are wonderful. I love children. When I raised my daughter, I raised her to be awesome. She could leave her body, go to the other dimensions. She knew Rebazar and all the guides, etc. But at 12 years old, she said, I don't do that anymore, Dad. She stopped. Now she's 40, and she's
I wonder why.
very real. Well, she made the choice to stop. Well,
okay. Do you ever go to schools and like watch kids to become more aware?
No, because I can imagine them. I don't.
Do you imagine them?
That is what I'm saying is that this is your process, and for me to become more aware, no, I already know how to focus, and that's all. I already know how to
Did you
focus.
at some point though?
Well, not really, because I didn't have to, because I used other means. Okay, I'm just saying because, Eric, it's not a bad thing. It's just that you've been programmed to be so literal, and you've agreed to be literal with the gaming world and stuff like that. So I suggest you go there, and you know what? Just learn to let go of everything. Your mind, your emotions. Just see and be with the kids for a while. It's a really good therapy.
See and be with the kids.
Yeah, just be with them. Just see them, what they're, and be with them.
I should be one with the kids, right? I should like
just watch them and be okay, like you'd watch the birds or the clouds in the sky. You know, take walks, and you know what? Just let go of your mind. Give yourself a break. Yeah, it would really help you. Learn to do that. Learn to let go. I do that every moment. I'm always new every moment, and I don't know what's going to come up next. I'm not concerned. You know what? I'm free of carrying the thoughts of anything, and you know what? When I need it, it's there. It shows up. I was going to make an image last night with Ava, and I had the idea, but I didn't quite know what I wanted yet. So it's like, I'm not concerned. So I said, Ava, let's just look on the internet and look at some images, because Ava does the images. She's the art gal. She's got an art program. And so we made thousands of images the last 10 years. You wouldn't believe how many images we made. They're awesome. All of them.
I can believe it. Oh, yeah, they're awesome, but yeah.
I know they are. They're very exceptional. And I design them, and Ava puts them together. And so, but just as I was walking in the room, all of a sudden, from the invisible side, I saw it. I said, this is what I want. I want a picture
Wait,
of
the invisible side? Is that like a new thing?
No.
I've heard of this one before.
Yeah, see, the true reality of all life is, this is why most people will never see it, because it's invisible, and you have to learn to see what's invisible.
Wait, so when people talk about having hallucinations, is that what they're talking about?
No, they're talking about hallucinations. They're
Okay,
talking
that's
about
different.
seeing things, Eric. They're describing it. That's different. Okay,
We were
so
just
again,
talking about seeing something.
this deals with your awareness, not something in creation that deals with your five bodies. That's hallucinations. That's different. When you go to a psychiatrist, just imagine it. I'm sure you've seen it in the movies. And when the guy is sitting there talking to the psychiatrist, they're both the patient and the psychiatrist are hallucinating. But the patient's convinced that the psychiatrist knows what he's talking about. It's all a setup. It's all
Wait,
bullshit. Yeah.
how do they all hallucinate? Does everyone hallucinate, or is it just like psychiatrists?
You're hallucinating while you're in creation, and it's up to
What?
you to figure it out. And I'm
Wait,
trying to show you how to do that. You're already hallucinating.
but you
There's
said
no
that it's like something that you see.
there's no
It's not
difference.
something you see.
Stop. Stop. See? You're trying to convince yourself otherwise. When you imagine something, or you see something, or this or that, or UFO, it's like, oh, I was hallucinating. There's no difference, dude. You're in creation. It's all the same. It only appears different. See, so, but you're convinced that, oh, I'm okay now, but then I was hallucinating. No, you're hallucinating all the time. You don't know it. Now you're waking up. You're
But
in
you're
the
not hallucinating.
I see the hallucination,
Okay.
but I'm aware of what's going on. There's a difference.
So you do still hallucinate.
I have to deal with it,
So you do.
but I'm not in agreement with it anymore. There's a difference.
Of
I'm
course, there's a difference.
in to help people wake up. So I have a body here. I have to deal with it. And I recognize what's going on because of it. There's a difference. But yes, you are hallucinating. Okay. So in other words,
Well, we're both hallucinating.
I'm trying to help you stop the mind. Just like the experience you had with Rebazar and the AC, you were hallucinating.
Well, Germa was there too.
So we're a bunch of ants and cockroaches on the floor, but you didn't see them. But we don't need to talk about them. Okay, so again, you were
Germa's a real guy, dude.
You were hallucinating, okay, because you couldn't make sense of it. See, something you can't make sense of it, you would term that as a hallucination. Just like if you saw a UFO and you're going, gee, did I really see that or was I hallucinating? So again, until you can figure out what it is, you're hallucinating. And I want to thank you for bringing that up because I just defined that for you. See,
Wait, so you didn't have it defined before?
I didn't need it until this very moment to show you what's going on because you brought it up. I told you that I can take anything and turn it around and make sense of it. Anything at all. I can make sense of it.
That's true.
Because I can see through it. Okay? Anything at all. I don't care what it is. It's not about being right.
Fortnite.
It's about sense of it. Yeah. There's a difference. Yeah. I'm not interested in being right or being the smart guy or whatever. No, that's duh. That's high school stuff.
You are interested in being the great writer, though.
That's a front.
That's the thing you do.
It's a front reference that I've created for the public to relate to. That's all that is. It's a billboard. Okay? That's not me. It's something I created. Just like the clothes you wear. It's not you. Those are clothes. You look good in them, but those are clothes. And the old clothes make the man. No, that's baloney. Clothes don't make a person. Clothes are clothes. There's a difference between that and a person. Duh. See? Making sense of things.
Do you have clothes on?
Going along with what people think they know because they don't know. You know, all the time I relate to people and you know what? after a while, I just joke with them and I say, you don't even know what you're doing. You don't even know why you're here. But you're telling me you think you know something. you don't know nothing. Duh. Why? Because you can play video games? What? Because you can make money doing that? All this stuff is made up. It's fabricated.
Wait, are you talking about me?
Talking about everybody.
Not everyone makes money from playing video games.
Wake up, you're in the passing dream. And so again, look at how people are. Look at how they chase money. Oh, they want money and more money and more money. Oh, how do we make more money? And let's do this and let's get rich. Fine, have fun. It all goes nowhere. You got money, you don't got money. It's all the same, really. Yeah. Funny, isn't it?
Yeah,
See,
it's pretty nuts, man.
It is, Eric. It is. See, this is what happens as you're waking up, Eric. All of a sudden, you start to see the fallacy of things. It's not as you thought it was. There is a difference. And now all of a sudden, and it's understandable, and for the longest time, you will question yourself. I know we all go through this, and it's okay. This is what the guidance entails. Just like anything. Just like when your mother raised you, etc., she guided you along to where you are, to where you could do it for yourself. And so this is the whole idea of the real guides, is to guide you through creation so you can get through it and stop being restricted. You see?
Yeah, I do see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Of course it does. It's so simple. And so again, as you listen and you observe and you start recognizing, it's not in being smart. It's not, oh, I read this book and I know what it says. No, it's about recognizing what's going on and making sense of things, even though other people tell you, no, you can't do that. No, that's not that. That's not true. I don't believe that. It's not about any of that. It's not about belief or truth or faith or hope or gods or saviors. No, it's not about that, or the government or religion or spiritual. It's about what life is. All life is awareness.
All life is awareness.
Yes, it's so cool. It's so awesome once you start to click with it, start to really recognize what's going on. And it takes a while to do that. And it just depends upon how you pay attention. And so you can't force it. It's like when we were little kids, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, and we wanted oh, I want to drive the car, maybe 9, 10. But you're not big enough yet. You got to wait. You can't force yourself into being 16 years old. You got to go through the process. It takes a while. And eventually you're big enough, you're old enough, you got more smarts to you, we'll say, so that you should be able to drive the car. But of course, you got to do a few things first, maybe bang it up first or whatever. Everybody's different, okay? But you can't force yourself getting older. And just like this, you cannot force the awareness. So the more that you be now, right now, the more that you let go of everything, the more aware you'll become. That's how you do it. And good luck on that, because that's huge discipline to really do that and live it. Not just say, oh, I can do this. No. You got to live it. You got to be it. You got to see it. Yeah. And that's the best part. And so that's where the guidance comes in, Eric, to help you and remind you that's what it is. But it's in the nowness, because there is no past or present or future. It's an isness that's invisible to everything you know, and you cannot consider it. But it's all.
All life is awareness.
All life is awareness. So you've got that in your mind, but that doesn't mean you recognize it. That's the challenge. That's the biggie. Yeah. So it's kind of like, okay, now you know rocket ships exist. So your task is to figure out how to build one. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you ever see the first Iron Man movie with Robert Downey Jr. years ago? Did you see
No.
that? You should see that Iron Man movie. I recommend the movies because they're very good observations for you. See the movie before next week. Okay?
It's my homework.
Yeah. Iron Man.
All right. I'll
The
watch
first
Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr., the first Iron Man. Yeah, just see that movie. It's very good. It's a fun movie. And also, if you have time, see G.I. Jane with Demi Moore. That one too. Did you write those down?
Fuck, no, I don't have any pen and paper around.
Well, you should. When we're on here, you should have pen and paper to take notes. So, G.I. Jane and Iron Man.
G.I. James. Iron
Jane,
Man.
Jane. It's a girl, G.I. Jane.
Oh, I didn't think they made girls in movies.
G.I.
Yeah.
Jane, Demi Moore. Okay? G.I. Jane, Demi Moore. It's probably 8-10 years old. I'm guessing.
So
Okay?
it's not G.I. James, let's be clear.
It's G.I. Jane.
G.I. Jane. Okay.
Not G.I.
Ooh, they
Joe.
made one with a woman, though.
It's not G.I. Joe, it's G.I. Jane. Just look it up. You'll find it. Demi Moore. You know who Demi Moore is?
No.
See, you don't know anything. So again, write it down. Demi, D-E-M-I, Moore, M-O-O-R-E. Demi Moore. She's a famous movie star.
Okay.
You know Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah, that's the guy from Avengers, right?
Yeah, he plays Iron Man.
He
Yeah.
dies at the end of Endgame, right? There was like a meme about that.
Anyhow, the first Iron Man. See the first Iron Man.
Okay.
That'll get, and then we'll talk about it. So, okay, so there you go. Keep it simple. That's enough for you. But I suggest you see those two movies, and we'll talk about it from there because these are going to be good references for you to help you wake up.
You crew, we gather round real guys, bring the truth profoundly. These are Germans here, for me to the message clear. Go Paul, Das and Paul, they say Duane The Writer leads the way. Time to madness, it's blight. Gotta wake up, see the light. Don't think, just feel the vibe. The sun's are gonna cause it dry. Break the chains, the mental hold. Truth unfold, the storms are guide. A cosmic drive. Break the chains, the mental hold. The truth unfold, the story told. We strong, now unite front. Against the darkness, we will hunt. Time to break the simulation spell with new you power. We are skibidi new you. Breaking free from the matrix. Dark forces lurking, reptilian scheme. That lies that control a twisted dream. You together, we rise above. Shattering the lies, spreading risky. I knew you staring at the thing to be done. Staring at the sun, the only thing to be done.